So I'm at the Atlantis Banquets in Niles, part of one of the venues Rockford Charitable Games uses. Today they've got a big tournament, well, big in dollars. They don't usually have a 2-day or 3-day event. For some reason they've got one today. It's $470 buy-in. Currently on the first break, started with 50,000 in chips, and I've got 60,800. We're playing 10 hands at table. I'm actually, if not the youngest, maybe second youngest guy at this table, which is kind of odd. But we're playing with the younger crowd because my style is conducive to trapping some of the more aggressive players, which tend to be younger. But yeah, it's a different dynamic. Have to make some adjustments and see if we can make it to day 2, which is the final day on Saturday. There's another day 1B tomorrow. People will have a chance to double dip per se, and I don't think I'll be doing that, but you know, people will have that chance. They can play the second day and carry their biggest stack, or like half of their smallest stack, or some weird shit. I don't remember the exact details, but yeah, I won't be back tomorrow. If I make it to day 2, I'm going with whatever I'm taking today. So, all right, report back later. Bye, peace. All right, so busted out of this one. Didn't even make it to the second break. Started off pretty decent. They just went card dead. Fucking every hand was huge out there. People hitting quads, full houses. And I just had garbage. Last hand I had pocket 7s, middle position. I open raised. Make it 1,400. The blinds were 3-6 with 300 ante in the small blind. 2 seats down for me, guy called. Small blind called. Flop was 8, 9, 10 rainbow. So I was like, I'm open-ended with the straight. Maybe I'm ahead. So anyway, lit out on a follow-through bet. The guy next to me called. Small blind folded. And then, I'm not even sure. Oh my God. Anyway, pushed all the money in. He had flopped a straight. He had Jack Queen of Hearts. The turn was a 10, so I paired the board. Had some outs, but I whiffed the river, and that was it. Yeah, fun at Rockford Charitable. Not my favorite place to play, but whatever. Pretty much everybody there knows each other, so they know how each other plays. I don't play there enough to know that much about each specific player. I recognize some of them and I have a general idea, but yeah, it's probably a little bit of a disadvantage. But really more today was more about just didn't have any cards. Just went card dead. That sucks. It was a big buy-in, you know, relatively speaking, which was part of the hesitancy. Since it was 470, 5 was the buy-in, and then I did a side bet for $60 for the last longer, and Whip City. So that puts me slightly under 2K again, or under 2K for the first time, and we'll just have to go back to the cash game and grind our way back. On to the next one. Bye, everybody. Alright, so on the way home from the Rockford Charitable Games tournament, I want to talk a little bit about Rockford Charitable Games. They have been around the longest in terms of the organizations in the area that host poker events where they have cash games and tournaments, and you know, some of that money goes to charities that basically hire them out to run these events. Technically, I think the charities have to provide some staffing. Usually they're the people that handle the cash exchange for chips. But they're whatever. They are at a bunch of different locations in the Chicagoland area. Usually they have an event going on every single day. So I've definitely been to a fair number of their events, but it's not my favorite place to go. I don't know exactly what it is, but maybe some of you out there, if you go to Rockford Charitable Games, maybe you can put down in your comments how you feel about their events. But yeah, I'm not entirely sold on them. I'd much rather prefer playing a casino. So maybe that's just me. But by the same token, like the Windy City Poker or Chicago Charitable, when they have events, I do like going there. I prefer theirs. So I don't know what it is about Rockford. I mean, I just wish I knew, but there's just something about their events that I'm not entirely sold on. But you, the average person out there, might really enjoy going there. They have some pretty good 1-2 cash games for no limit. I think they have some 2-5 cash games, and they've been featuring bomb pots, which I absolutely detest. I think it's freaking stupid, but people seem to love it. But I'm not a fan of bomb pots. So that's in the cash games, where they basically run 2 boards. Is essentially how that game goes for Texas Hold'em. And their tournaments, today's tournament, the main reason I participated in today's tournament was because it was a deep stack structure with long levels. It was 50K chips to start. Starting blinds were, I think, 1-2. Well, it's 100 ante from the small blind, which is a little bit different. The going trend nowadays is for a big blind ante, but they do a small blind ante. And so 50K chips, 40-minute levels, so pretty slow structure, gives you a lot of play. If you're interested, they've got day 2 tomorrow. That's the 19th, I guess, of August. They'll be back at the White Eagle Banquets in Niles, and I believe the game starts at 1 o'clock. And then if you make it to day 2, that'll be on Saturday, which is also the final day. You can actually buy in, I believe, on day 2 up till like the end of the first level on Saturday. But in any case, it's a $475 buy-in. They have last longer side bets of 60, 80, and I think 100. Although it might be 6, 1, and 2. Or 61 and 2. But honestly, I just don't remember. But I know they have a $60 last longer bet. If you're not familiar with those, basically it's a side bet to see which player is going to last the longest throughout the tournament. The thing I don't like about that is if you bust out, you're still in the last longer bet. You can buy back in, and you don't have to rebuy for the last longer bet, which I think is kind of silly. But I guess logistically, it's a little harder to keep track of you busting out and having to rebuy into the last longer bet. But I wish they'd figure out a way to do it, because I think that's a better system. Because otherwise, the last longer bet gives the person that's willing to do a bunch of buy-ins more of an advantage, which I don't think is particularly fair. But it is what it is. So you can choose to participate in the last longer bet or not. I usually get suckered into doing usually one of them. I guess that's the gambler in me, because normally I wouldn't do something like that. Yeah, but anyway, so that's that. Rockford Charitable. It's not for everybody. I go there despite some reservations. I still go play there, and you might enjoy it. You know, the people are nice, people are friendly, players are friendly. One aspect of that is maybe some of the players are too familiar with each other, so it kind of feels a little cliquey. And if you're not one of the regulars, yeah, you might have some of those feelings that maybe I experience when I play there. But you have to see for yourself. So you can go to rcgpoker.com. I believe is their website, and you can check out more information and see their calendar. Again, they pretty much have events going on every day in the Chicagoland area. And yeah, try them out. All right, take care.